Tuesday is 9:30 until 1:30. Wednesday is 9:30 until, yeah. Wednesday, 9:30 until 11:30, and Friday is just 1 hour, 9:30 until 10:30. Yeah. Talk with your entire group. Everyone has to be. Are you group 1 or group 2? You weren't here on Friday? Okay, this is group 2, yeah. So talk with each other, everyone has to agree. As soon as you get the answer, just raise your hand. The group leader has to raise their hand, so that's why you all have to talk. Okay, group 2 got it. What do we think the answer is? Okay, we think it's C. Does group 1 have an answer? We're still talking about it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give them a few more minutes, but you guys locked your answer, right? It's C. Okay, we think it's C for sure. Group 1.
Okay.
What do we think?
All right. You want me to say it? Agree with it? We say D, Delta?
D?
D,
Okay,
G,
so
Delta.
group 2, you guys got it. It is gonna be C.
No, that's not how you.
Actually, okay, there we go. So no one's upset. Okay, so someone from group 2. How did we find that C was the answer? Can you show me like what you did? Like, what was your process?
There were, yeah, and because it only really gives you integration, like it's hard to see multiplicity and stuff. So we just like identified where the hydrogens were on the.
Okay, so we basically just looked at the number of signals and then we matched the integration. That's what we did. Okay, let's look at C and D first. So as you can see, basically they have the same structure, but the connectivity is different. So since the connectivity is different, that's going to give you different integrations. And also what you're looking at is the chemical shift. Did we look at the chemical shift? Anyone? With it. Okay, so like you know, whenever you have an HNMR or CNMR spectrum, there's a couple of ways in which you can solve the question, right? You can start with the number of signals, multiplicity, whatever you want at the end. Personally, what I like to do is to look at the chemical shift. Why? Because remember, at this point, you guys have to start memorizing the specific ranges. So if we see something around 12 ppm in HNMR, what does that mean? What do I have? Carboxylic acid.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So we know it's carboxylic acid. So I'm just gonna start crossing out whatever answer doesn't have a carboxylic acid, which in this case, which answer would it be? Which one? Exactly. What does A have? What's the name of the functional group?
So Alden, was it Alden?
It's an aldehyde. Whenever you see CHO, that means an aldehyde. CO2H, that's a carboxylic acid. So that's how we starting option A. Okay, let's keep looking at the chemical shift. Okay, next interesting chemical shift is gonna be around 7 to 8. What does that mean? Ring, more specifically an aromatic ring, which is benzene. So I'm gonna start discarding anything that doesn't have a benzene group, which would be option B. That's just a cyclohexane. There's no double bonds, no benzene. Okay, so we're between the rest, those 3 options. So now you can start counting the number of signals and you can start discarding some answer choices. And you also have to match the integration as well. If they all have the same number of signals, just match the integration and that's how you find the answer. Okay. Do you guys need me to show you like step by step the number of signals? Yes, okay. Let's do this. Let's start with C over here. So
It did specify that your things are going to be.
exactly. All those hydrogens in the benzene group are just one signal. Then we have those 2 hydrogens next two. And last one is gonna be that alcohol group. Question. Because in practice, what happens is that all of the signals in that benzene group are just overlapping each other, or they're too close to each other, so we can tell them apart. So that's why we just group them under one signal. You're still assuming the practical way, unless he specifically tells you that you can see all of the signals. If he doesn't say it, just with practice, practical way. Okay, 4 signals, let's do D. So same process. 1. We have those ones as 2. 3 and 4. And then E, same process. Those ones are 1. We have 2, 3. Don't forget about that hydrogen. Most people forget about that one. And last one, 4. So since we have the same number of signals, the next thing you can do is just match the integration. Why wouldn't I look at the multiplicity? Is there a reason why I wouldn't look at that specific aspect? Could I solve it just by looking at the multiplicity in the spectrum? What do you think? Exactly. So whenever you have any spectrums like that you can't see them well, please never look at multiplicity unless it's specifically stated. Okay? If he doesn't state it and if it looks like that, don't look at multiplicity. That's just going to confuse you. You might get it wrong. Okay? So again, next step is just looking at the integration. So we have, first of all, in the benzene group, I just have 5 hydrogens. So let's look at the answer choices. C has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D has 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why D is not the answer. E has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far it's matching. But eventually, once you do each of those, you're gonna see that E is not gonna match the integration of all of them. So that's why D wasn't the answer.
Wait,
Do
so
we-
we got 5 hydrogens from the.
From C and E. Because here's
Oh,
integration.
here's the number, okay.
He gives you the number. You have to look at everything.
And then two propyl group sticking out, right?
Mhm.
That makes sense, okay. So then you'd have like two, that's 4 hydrogens on that signal.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions on this one?
What about the?
Like, I understand all of it, but can you the 2, 2 and the 5, 1 like that? 6 out of everything, what is that?
So the numbers on top of the peaks, they're just integration. So that's the number of hydrogens per signal. So we're just matching those values to the number of signals that we have. So let's just complete the integration in here. Let's see what happens. For C, in signal 2, we have 2 hydrogens, signal 3 the same. And the very last one is just 1. So far, every single number is matching to the integration that we're shown there. And then let's do the same with signal E. We have 5H, 1H, another 1H, and then we have 3H. So we can see that the integrations don't really match. So that's why E wouldn't be the answer, and that's why you're gonna be working with integration. Sometimes it's given like that, sometimes you're not gonna get integration. Okay? Yes.
Multiplicity showing in the graph.
It is shown, but it's not that clear. You can't really tell the exact multiplicity. They're 2 clusters together. It's a little pixeled as well, so you can't really tell unless he gives you like a zoomed version of each of the signals.
Well, what about the doublet? How is that? Like, as it,
Doublet of doublets, you're not gonna get asked a question like that with the spectrum. But
so we can, so it's 4 signals then.
it's 4 signals total. Remember that in SI, I showed you guys how the doublet of doublet would look like, which was right over here. There you go. Those are just some examples of how they're gonna look like.
Oh,
You're not gonna get asked to identify them on the spectrum, okay?
Or is it like that,
Like this?
like a, no, like, think that, we'll have to do like the double.
Yes, but you're not gonna ask the question quite like that. It's gonna be more like the one that we did on Friday, which is just like, tell me the complex multiplicity of certain signal. What we saw like in the normal handout and what we saw here, and you're gonna have access to this, don't worry. Okay. Are you guys ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Okay, we're all ready? To be continued, and here is the continuation. Okay. This time you're given the data, not the spectrum. Real quickly, 5 minutes. Talk with each other. Group leaders have to raise their hands. Two more minutes. We got it, group two? Okay, we're locking our answer? Two for sure? Does everyone agree? Yeah. Okay, we're pretty sure about two. What do we think, group one? Do we have a final answer? Do we need the extra 2 minutes?
Yes, it is two, it's two. Two.
Alright, yeah, we.
No, it's two, it's 100% two, I'll tell you why, because there's a doublet, and two accounts for the doublet. Five does not account for the doublet.
Yes, you're both correct, but they got it first. So group two gets the point. Okay, someone from group two, how do we find that molecule two was the answer? What do we do? Can we explain it?
I mean, like, for me, the giveaway from most of it. Like a lot of.
Exactly. The subset is really characteristic of something, like something in between two methyl groups, because we're exposed to those 6 hydrogens in total. Okay, do you guys need me to show you how to solve it? Okay, I see some yes. So I'm gonna do it.
Went from that.
Ah, okay, okay, so this question, first of all, we're just given the data like plainly written down. Okay, so first of all, we have 4 signals only. They're giving us the multiplicity and they're giving us the approximate chemical shift. Okay, so first thing that you can do is, for example, is just start crossing out whatever molecules don't have 4 signals. Really easy to cross out. So for example, number 1, how many signals do you see?
2.
Only 2? 3? It's just 2, so it doesn't match. What about molecule 2? How many signals? 4, of course. Molecule 3, how many signals? 5, it doesn't match. Okay, molecule 4, how many signals? 4 is 5 signals in total, so doesn't match. Is 4. So we're just between those 2 molecules. So next thing you can look at is just the chemical shifts or the multiplicity, whatever one you want to do first. So the septet is present in both, right? Because of that little hydrogen in between. Those 2 are septet. But let's see the main difference. Okay, let's do this step by step. So
Number 5 is that.
you are correct, yeah. There are 2 extra ones.
That's another good.
Yes.
Yes.
So don't just look at the right, look at every possible path for the neighbors, okay? So don't do a mistake like me. Look at every possible path to find the neighbors. Yes. Because all of the hydrogens in that benzene group, those are 1. And then the only other hydrogens that we have are in that methyl group. Well, in those 3 methyl groups. Because they are single bonds, they're constantly rotating, so they're exposed to the same exact environment. There's no middle hydrogen. Over here? No, they're still the same. Yeah, there's no hydrogen there, and all of those 3 metals exposed to the same thing because of their rotation. Yes. You got it. Okay, any other questions on that one? We said it was number 2. We're good? Are we ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, yes, we're getting more excited. We're starting to wake up. Okay. Okay, go for it. 5 minutes max. In this case, it says you can see all of the separate signals. So that's very important keywords.
Going forward.
Okay, that was fast, but the group leader has to say it. They have to raise their hand.
Like, so,
Does everyone in your group agree? Are we sure? I see some people working in the back.
hey, everybody can use 3, 2, 1, 4.
Okay, so we're locking our answer as 4. Okay, group 2, do you guys have an answer? 4 as well? You're both correct, but group 1 got the point.
And we're gonna come back to one.
Never.
Okay. Okay, so from group 1, how did we solve it so fast?
Wait, what?
How did we solve it so fast?
Pressure.
I looked to my left. Listen to her.
Okay, how do we find that out? Explain it to everyone. What of you guys? You can show us to us if you want.
Yeah, I can speak for you. Tell me like, whisper.
I mean, I just because I just count the signals, so the first one just has 3 signals. And
Mhm.
the second one has 7.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a carbon, there's only, 4 carbon signals and 3.
Okay, so yeah, that's a great process to find the answer, and really fast one, as you guys saw, really fast one. Okay, so for this question, first thing that you can do is just look at the HNMR signals.
That's what was apartments.
Yes. Beautiful, you guys got it. Beautiful process, absolutely correct.
Oh, we had way to deflect too, so.
No, that's not.
That's not in the game.
You went all this.
Let's stick to the rules, people, let's stick to the rules.
So,
Okay, so for this one, first thing, just look at the HNMR signals. We can just cross out 1 and 2. They don't match the number of signals, so we're between 3 and 4, right? Next thing, just count the number of CNMR signals, and yes.
How does 2 have, 7, and 2?
Okay, so let's look at that one. Okay, so those are 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't forget about that baby hydrogen. 5, 6, and then 7. Okay, now, how many CNMR signals do we find for molecule 3? 5, what about 4? What about molecule 4? So again, you're just matching up the numbers. Yes. Because we see our special keyword in here, which let me highlight it for you. You can see all of the separate signals. Whenever you see that, each one of them is going to be different. Okay. If he doesn't put that, all together. Yes. For the ring. Question. Number 4 for HNMR. Okay, let's do number 4 for both HNMR and CNMR. Okay, let's start with HNMR. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and last one 5. I'm combining them because it tells me that I can see all of the separate peaks. Okay, because I can see them separately, I'm not gonna group them together. That's the only reason. I'm doing the theoretical counting right now. Okay. And then for CNMR, same process. I'm basically just counting the carbons. 1, 2. Whoops. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's how we found them.
That's,
We're ready. We're excited now. Wait, 2 questions in the back. They're grouped together because there's a little plane of symmetry right in the middle. And we have those single bonds that are constantly rotating. So overall, they're going to be close to the same environment. Okay. Okay. Everyone ready? No? We're not that ready? Okay. This time, this question is going to have, let's do 3 questions at once. It should be very simple.
say 3 questions at once.
Yes, because it's a relatively simple question.
3 points.
Okay, 3 points. Yeah, let's do 3 points.
Do you need to hit the buzzer for each point, or is it like you hit the buzzer once, you get
3 points. That's it.
Or is it
It's all
like-
or nothing, Ray.
If you get it correct, you get the points. If you don't get it correct, you don't get the points.
Yeah.
But the one who gets it the fastest gets the point. That's why all of you have to talk with each other. Okay? It should be simple. It shouldn't take you the full 5 minutes. Okay. Okay, go for it. Remember, the group leaders have to raise their hands. There's a 50-50 chance for each of those questions. No, 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 no. All three, all three. Everyone has to agree.
Got it.
All three?
Go,
Alright.
go.
So,
No, and then.
No,
yes, and then
yes,
So no splitting, splitting, and then splitting. that.
Okay, do
oh,
we,
yeah, you can go, right?
do we lock our answer?
Wanna see-
We're locking our answer, all of you?
Yeah, the,
Okay, what about group two? Do we still need the next few minutes? Just go one by one. Three, well. BA, we don't know. Okay, so. Final answer again, what it was it? BAA. You're both incorrect.
Wait,
Here's
all of
the
them?
thing,
All of them
no,
are incorrect?
there are some incorrect, you have some correct.
Okay.
You have to figure out which ones are bad and which ones are correct.
You tell us that?
That B is no splitting, all of them have a B.
No, as in three is no, as in, it's three is B.
I'm not gonna say anything until, okay, group two. BAB.
Okay, now we can cooperate. What the heck? You already locked the answer.
Talk with each other, group leaders have to say the answer.
hold on.
Which one?
BBA?
BBA? We locking our answer?
Wait, no. Give me a second.
1, 2, 3.
BBA.
BB.
Yeah.
You are both correct now, but they got it first. Group two got it first.
What?
Group two got it first. They raised their hands first. Question. Okay, let's start solving those three questions. First of all, we see spin, spin, splitting. That's our keyword for anything more than just a singlet, right? Okay, let's start with number 3. First of all, do you have any planes of symmetry in there? Yeah, and it's actually the one that we did in SI. So since they're near images of each other, no neighbors, it's just singlets, so it would make sense that it's no splitting for that one. Number 4, let's just write down your answer first. And then splitting, BBA, there we go. Molecule 4, can someone draw it out in bond line? No, that's not how it works.
Current points are crazy that.
Okay, and who can draw the last one? Do you want to do it as well? Remember, it's no points for the drawing.
Sure.
Yes, no points for the drawing. Yes. Okay, now, another volunteer. Can you show me the multiplicity for all of the signals in number 4?
I got you. Don't take a minute.
Okay.
Alright. Why you look so skeptical?
I was waiting on a lot of people to raise their hands.
Yeah, man. But you said you wanted me to draw what for the first?
Show me the multiplicity of all of the signals in number 4.
Okay, so all of these are one. I got major. So this one is gonna be where the 3, 6.
And someone get ready for molecule 5.
That's gonna be done. This thing right here is 9 plus 1.
It's just a multiplier.
Then there's this one, 2 plus 3 hydrogens, but it's got no neighbors, so it's gonna be.
Do we see it? Anyone in group
Oh,
1?
I
Do
see.
we see it?
No, you're right, so then this one would be a single.
That carbon wasn't very happy for a second there. There we go, yes.
There is no hydrogen.
There's no hydrogen, so it's just singlet, singlet. That's why it's no splitting. Okay, someone for molecule 5, another volunteer. To show me the multiplicity for all of them. Volunteer for molecule 5.
So it doesn't matter if it's symmetrical, it's that there's two singlets somewhere within the compound.
Mhm.
So if there was two multiplets, it would still be no splitting,
If there are two multiplets, that would be,
or that.
Splitting. as soon as you get at least something higher than just a singlet, it's considered with splitting.
Okay, all right.
The symmetry doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
so like two doublets, like still splitting.
Mhm.
Okay, so just one singlet side of the flower.
You got it.
Okay, plus.
Okay, number 5. Multiplicity for all of the signals. Beautiful, we got it. So we can see that we have a doublet and a multiplet. So as soon as you see, again, anything higher than a singlet, it has splitting. Questions on that problem, those 3 problems? Are we good? Are we ready for the next one? We're not ready? Are we ready? We're good? Question? So he usually just refers to something as multiplet as soon as you hit like a quintet and higher. So yeah, he's just simplifying that part. Well, trying to simplify it. Okay, this time, group leaders. You guys are gonna choose a volunteer from your group and they're gonna come here because it should be very fast for this one. You have to choose one volunteer or one victim. You volunteer? You'll do one? Oh, question. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I have a volunteer for group 1. I need someone for group 2. They have to get the correct answer without talking with the group now. Okay, I have one volunteer. Who's gonna do it for group 2? Or they're just gonna get a point.
Yes, and we need it, it's okay.
Come on. I need a volunteer. You 2 are gonna be competing with each other. You're not gonna talk with your groups this time. You're just gonna see the question and you guys have to come up with the answer on your own.
On your own,
Come on. Come on, it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna do the next 2 questions like this. So you guys just stay, choose your projectors. You're gonna be on this projector, you're gonna be on that projector. Stand up because you can't look at your group. You can't look at your group. They should be pretty simple. Okay? And you guys can't give any hints. You guys are gonna be silent this time. Okay, we need the iPad. And just so you guys are ready, the next few questions are in mass spec. Okay, so we're changing it up a little bit. We're changing it up a little bit. Okay. You're gonna see side. They have to solve it on their own first. 2, but 1 at a time, don't worry. 1 at a time. Okay, 5 minutes. Do we lock our answer?
Was it like, were we officially?
Yes, as soon as you see the question. Okay, so yes, but you got the point first. So group 1, you guys get a point. It is C. Okay. go back there. We still have one more question. One more question. Okay, someone from the middle. Can we explain how C was the answer? Someone from the middle. Exactly. And remember, M plus peak is just the tallest one to the right. In rare occasions, you're gonna see it as the same as the base peak, like he showed you today in class. Most of the time, you're not gonna get that. 29 would be the base peak. Yeah. Question. The parent peak is the M plus peak, so yeah. Okay, are we ready for the next one? We're good?
Yeah.
We're good? Remember, as soon as you see the question, that's when it starts. And this one should be very easy. Okay, again, we're still on mass spec. As soon as you get it, raise your hand. We're locking our answer? No, okay. D, we're locking our answer?
Yes.
What about you? Are you changing? E, okay, D and E. So in this case, you got the point. It is D. It's M plus 2, and now you guys can return to your seats. No, you can't. Okay. So now we're even again. Okay, so let's talk about that one. Okay, this one was this one. Okay, so this one should be very easy. I told you that mass spec was gonna be mostly conceptual stuff. M plus 2 peak is always about bromine and chlorine, well, most of the time. But we talked about it in SI. And you guys paid attention. We did a little chart. We're just trying to get them. Okay, do you guys have any questions on that one? Yes. There you go. Yes. Sorry?
Yeah.
Why would D be the answer for the last one? Because remember, the highest contributors for the M plus 2 peaks are always going to be bromine and chlorine. More specifically, the major one is bromine. So in this case, this was just pure conceptual stuff. Okay. Okay, so in this case, you're going to get asked about the base peak. You're going to be given the spectrum. Group leaders this time.
Oh, I got you. Please get it.
Group leaders. Don't look at your groups. Don't talk to each other. Stand up for a second. Come on, stand up for a second.
Like the real estate.
Okay, we're going to the projectors. Okay, go to the projector as well.
Wait, is it one question or is it multiple?
We're gonna do 2.
Alright. Yeah, bro. What else?
We're taking the notebook. We're taking our notes. Are we ready? We're not ready.
I'm never ready.
It's okay.
This should totally be the final question.
Hey,
No, we still have a few more. Yeah,
It's okay, no, let's do it.
okay. Ready? Base peak, remember.
Is she ever?
No. She raised her hand first.
No.
She raised her hand first.
It's syllables, not a letter.
I raised my hand.
She raised her hand first.
You don't get points for one like this.
Yeah. Well,
You're in my peripheral too. I still see you. It is me. Group 2 got the answer.
I didn't know.
You saw me first.
I don't know, man.
She did the first one, but you saw me first.
That's what the hair's wrong.
Okay, this time we're gonna be more impartial. So for the next one, just yell your answer. You're gonna yell your answer. But let's highlight the answer for this one. It is B, and it's actually the same spectrum that we saw before. So, okay. This time,
Ah, what?
let's look at that. That's your question. It's the empirical formula of the molecule, and you're gonna be given mass spec. Okay? Are we ready to solve it?
Empirical formula is.
It's like CNO.
Oh,
We're ready? We're not ready? Are we ready, Juan?
Let's do it.
Okay. Kayla, Juan, ready? Okay, go. And you only have 3 answer choices. Just yell your answer. A, B, or C. And you need to have a reasoning behind, not just choose it just because. No help, no help, no hints. Only 5 minutes. Come on, you guys can do it. You guys can look back at your notes.
Is that good?
If you want to, yeah.
Hey, give me one, right now. Oh. Or.
Or the phone.
No, I need to calculate, I need to calculate.
You better guys not check it right now. And you guys could actually just solve it on conceptual stuff. Just on conceptual stuff. You don't have to do the math for this one. Okay, are you locking your answer?
Hold up.
yeah.
Okay, we think it's A group 2.
Go ahead. lock in.
I'm not like.
Okay, we're kind of locking our answer.
Yeah.
Final one, A. Okay, Juan, you have a few more minutes. What do we think?
Yes. No, they always do the same thing.
Yeah. That's.
A as well? Are we still thinking about it?
Well, either way, it's not that it's for.
Right. That's the vote. I'll be the problem.
Lock your answer?
Yes.
Okay, first, before I tell you the answer, explain me your reasoning behind A.
I added them together, A first, add all the ones together, and I got 87. And I thought that was a number up there, so I said A. But I didn't even like add the other.
Okay, what about you? What was your reasoning?
They all added to the same thing, like I added them all up, so. I get what she,
Why did we choose B though?
cause if I pick A. You would have gotten it if it was right. So I'm getting it wrong, what about picking another answer?
Okay, that's a valid-ish reasoning because I didn't specify. But you got it, just by guessing.
Hey.
You got it. And we're back to the same boat. Okay, so for this one. As I told you guys, you didn't even have to do the math.
It was like.
B. B is a boy.
Now what is?
Okay.
Remember.
It is the answer. Okay, so first of all, first thing that I'm gonna notice is the M plus peak. Okay, M plus peak. It does give me the original weight of the molecule, but like you did, the math, they all add up to the same thing. But what do you notice about the M plus peak?
It's odd number.
Odd number of nitrogens, because you have an odd number, is your M plus peak. So as soon as I know that, I can start discarding C, because that's an even number of nitrogens. Does it make sense? I'm between A and B. The main difference is that little oxygen, right? So that little oxygen, it actually shows up as an M plus 2 peak. In this case, do we see any M plus 2 peaks?
But didn't it make the M plus P times the M plus 1 P? Or is that wrong?
That would be chlorine.
No,
Yeah.
chlorine is times 3.
Yeah, no, Romeo's 101.
Yeah, bromine is 101. Okay, so in this case, we don't see any M plus 2 peaks. So that means that I can't have that oxygen. So that's why B was the answer, just based on conceptual stuff. And yes, you guys have access to all of this information in that beautiful table that I made for you guys.
About the F plus P is oxygen.
N plus 2 peak, remember, the major contributors are bromine and chlorine, yes, but it also includes oxygen and sulfur. And they were listed on that table, guys.
Just one.
It represents that you have that atom present in the molecule. So that's why B was the answer.
Oh, so if it was present, what would the F plus F look like? Would it
Very,
be
very tiny.
Very, very tiny.
Very tiny, yeah. They're not the highest contributors. Oxygen and sulfur, they're tiny. Okay, really quickly. In the last minute. My volunteers, stand up. Real quickly. Stand up. The original volunteers. Yes. So the little peak right next to it is the N plus 1 peak. And because we don't have anything right next to it, no N plus 2.
No, but she's saying if it was like.
No. Hmm. I don't think you would get a question like that. You wouldn't do that. No, it would be confusing. It should technically be N plus 1, even though it's like right not next to it. But
No, she's asking if you just like take this and then like.
yeah, technically it would still be N plus 1. But for the position, it could also be considered N plus 2. So don't worry about it. You're not gonna get a question like that. It's not gonna be that tricky. Okay,
Well,
my leaders.
yes.
Actually, my volunteers, sorry. You guys are leaders too. Okay, I'm gonna show you 2 questions.
Two questions.
You guys can answer any one you want.
Say no more, but they had.
Just raise your hand as soon as you get the answer for any of those.
Use my seconds, I gotta go.
There you go. As soon as you get an answer for any of those, just raise your hand. Don't yell at this time.
Bro, you could add this.
You can choose either question.
121B.
121B, do we lock our answer?
No, I hate you, please time out. No, it's not B. It's C, 121 is C.
You're both wrong. You have one more chance.
A, it's A.
You can answer either question, guys.
No, 121D.
121D.
121 is D.
Okay, you said it first. You got the point. You are correct. So yes, group 1 this time, you guys won. Congrats on that. I will post the answer key and I will post the explanation for those last 2 problems, okay? I'll see you guys Friday. We're moving on to chapter 11.
That's not all. That's